watching Audiotree Live. The date is Friday, June 17th. We are so pleased to have live in the studio with us, Maritime.
Nothing is forgot. Nothing is forgot. Nothing is forgot. Yeah, nothing is forgot. Nothing is forgot. Nothing is
You're watching Audiotree Live. We are here in the studio with Maritime. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
That's a lot of thank yous. Thank you.
We outnumber you.
We do have a lot of Dans today. We have 3 Dans in the studio, which I think is the most we've ever had. When you guys, since you have 2 Dans in the band, how do you differentiate when talking to each other? Do you just use the last initial, or?
I think.
How do we do that?
In Japan, we adopted the nickname Chicken from me because when this is Dan H, Dan Hintz, not Dan Didier.
Chicken Dan.
Chicken Dan.
This is Chicken Dan.
Yes,
Oh, this
because
is not Chicken Dan.
Well, they made me scared when we were on our way to Japan that all they want to give you is fish and raw fish and sushi and.
You don't like fish?
No, I'm okay with fish. I just like it cooked, and I say, well, the safe bet is chicken, and so. Chicken Dan.
So do you guys call it? You really do call him Chicken Dan, like outside of this?
Yep.
More so for the kids now, I think.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
No, totally, yeah. My kids are like, which Dan? And I'll be like, Chicken Dan. They're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have an animal adjective that describes your name as well?
No.
The Tasmanian devil.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Actually, no, we've called him Daz forever. So I think that's how we.
Sometimes I get called Danager.
Oh yeah, the
Danager.
manager, 'cause he does all of the management.
I mean, you printed out set lists.
Damage
for
control.
today.
Right.
I did print out set lists.
That's seriously
for
like
this.
that's such a helpful thing because we want to get the song titles right, and a lot of bands will just write the abbreviated song names on there, which
Those
leads to
guys,
problems.
those guys are jamateurs.
Yeah.
So
They're dazzled and confused.
everything's like a really bad pun with us.
yeah. No, we're
You
all
should hang
for
out at
puns
a
here.
practice with us. You'd love it.
Is this pretty
It's
much
just
what
puns.
it's like?
It's just we try to make each
Yeah,
other
we play
laugh.
one song and we talk.
Yeah.
For about, and then, oh,
Usually we know the cameraman
boy.
though, so this is a little strange from
it's true.
practice.
Yeah, it's like a cinema verite fly on the wall kind of thing.
Right.
There's gonna be a documentary released one day, but there's not gonna be any sensationalism. It's just puns and you guys being nice folks, and that's good. I think that's the rarity in the rock and roll world. Like the Rolling Stones aren't making puns.
Puns?
I was gonna say,
I think
puns
so.
are nice.
Puns are very rare.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like if you're watching.
Actually, that's not true because there's a lot of band names now that are basically puns.
yeah,
Puns of
there's-
people. So I think puns are making a huge comeback in the rock and roll world.
I'm trying to think.
well, we
Right.
were going to be Sweatshop Boys, maybe.
That would have been it. That's a pun.
That's a pun.
Sweatshop Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, instead Pet Shop Boys. It took me a minute.
Oh,
yeah,
there we
that's,
go.
but no, that's smart though. I like that.
So they're not current puns. It's puns from 20 years ago. Is that's sort of our niche.
I'm gonna let you guys play
My
another
last pun for
song.
the day.
Probably a good idea.
Just
And,
soak all that in.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and think of some other pun band names in my
Right,
head,
just
and
Make
you guys
sure-
should too.
Just make sure you roll back your pop culture clock about a decade and a half.
All
at
right.
least before
When we
it's-
come back from this next song, I'm gonna have a pun from a band like 10 years ago, and I'd love to hear some more from you guys too for those
Right.
those types of puns. All right.
Unfortunately, we can't help ourselves. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. Let's hear another one, shall we?
All right. This song is called "Drinking Peru."
So what do you see in the birth of stars? They could be here at the minute mark. Wouldn't you feel alone in the dark? Yeah, yeah. Is there a universe apart? If you could move mountains that far, if you could sing a volcano's choir. Yeah, yeah. And you fill your Paris spleen, drinking Peru and points between, and you keep your bones clean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And these are the vines of broken glass. Smoke is alive with the last laugh. We're on the roof where the floor collapsed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I wasn't born. You just wrote me in. You just wrote me in. And you fill your Paris spleen, drinking Peru and points between. Now we could be the kings and the queens. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wasn't born. You just wrote me in. You just wrote me in. I wasn't born. I wasn't born. You just wrote me in. No, I wasn't born. I wasn't born. I wasn't born. I wasn't born. You just wrote me in. No, I wasn't born. I wasn't born. You just wrote me in.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We are live in the studio with Maritime. You know, all that came to mind was Mazzy's Starbucks, and that's like not even a pun. It's just like a before and after thing.
That's probably the worst one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, that's kind of an honor, right?
No, it's good. It's good.
Or I was saying if any of you guys ever ran for mayor of Milwaukee or something, you could change the band name to Maritime, and then, it could be like a nice tie-in for the campaign.
That's better.
Yeah,
It's
it's
better.
getting there. If I
Well,
hang
you
out with
had
you
like
guys,
3.5 minutes. We've had all our lives. So.
yeah.
So.
Would any of you run for mayor of Milwaukee ever? I mean, you all rep the city pretty hard.
Nope.
No.
No, I wouldn't want that responsibility, I suppose.
Yeah, it would be a pretty big one, I'd imagine. More so than
Yeah.
playing in a rock band. Being on
Little bit.
Yeah, that's way harder than being a deadbeat. So, good luck, guys.
yeah, exactly. Being from Milwaukee, do you guys feel like when you're on the road, do you consciously try and rep the city like pretty hard, just like really claim your Milwaukee roots? You have a song called Milwaukee, obviously. I don't know. But I'd love to hear more about your just love for your hometown and why you love it.
It's weird. It's kind of a second, third,
Speechless.
fourth. Yeah, I'm speechless. Never.
I love it so much.
Right. No, it's just like, I think it's easier to like rep hard something that's like an afterthought. Mm-hmm. Like you see lots of people from Ireland with like Irish flag tattoos, stuff. Irish folks are really repping hard Ireland. Like Germans, not so much. You don't never see the big flag, because history kind of changes. So like, same thing. Like you don't see as
Yeah.
many people being like New York. Well, I guess that's maybe, or bigger cities. It's like it's not.
They don't have to, right?
They don't have
Yeah,
to,
we
right?
feel like we
So
have to make up for like being the underdog constantly and being a flyover city.
Yeah.
right,
that,
it's
like, you
it's
have to,
easy to
like,
fist
speak
pump
louder.
or root for that, like that underdog kind of vibe that we have. So
Definitely. Why didn't you guys put Milwaukee on the new record? Did you want just to be like a standalone single, or did that ever come up in discussion at all?
Well, I think when we recorded it first and then recorded the rest of the album because that song we just needed to get done with quicker
Yeah.
than the rest of them. So as we wrote the rest of the songs, it just seemed to fit less and less. So it just didn't make sense to have it as an album song.
No, totally.
And plus, like we also this like Milwaukee Day event that we premiered the video on was sort of seemed like an event and it's sort of a thing. So it's like it's weird to have a thing associated with something and then have it a part of another thing called the album. You know what I mean? So it was like kind
Totally.
of weird.
Kind of its own release. One, it's kind of nice too because I feel like a lot of times the true single is sort of, I don't want to say it's dead, but when the Beatles put out stuff, they had tons of songs that were just released just for the purpose of being singles. And you don't see that quite as much, I think, with like modern rock bands anymore, just doing this sort of isolated special thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, it's funny. I mean, that song maybe we repped it too hard.
Oh, you thought so? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think we thought so, but when we play it, like I think we closed with it one time, not in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, that was a huge mistake. No one cared. just it doesn't get you in the
But
feelings.
we played
quite,
Milwaukee
quite,
and then everyone's like, ah!
right. Like
Yeah.
the people from
Different.
Detroit, like aren't the hearts aren't just really being tugged quite
Where's
as hard.
our song?
Right.
Well, the new Red Hot
So-
Chili Peppers album, which just came out today, has a song called Detroit. So they'll have that. And they have Detroit Rock City. They have enough anthems.
right.
You know?
No, it's true.
It's weird that
But-
there's a song not about California on there.
I know, it's kind of strange. Well, I think Anthony Kiedis was born in Michigan, so maybe, but I don't really associate him with like being Detroit,
No.
I mean, he's so California. Yeah, he's
Right,
SoCal.
right after 8 Mile, I usually think Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I don't associate him with anything other than like being shirtless and having fire behind him. Slow motion.
Board shorts and like man bun. These are some of the word associations.
Shirtless and having fire behind him. Yeah, I think that's a look you guys should adopt.
Well, that's why I identify with Anthony
We've tried
Kiedis.
out a lot of different looks. It might not seem that way, but we certainly have.
I believe it.
That's that. You'd come back to this understated Milwaukee thing. I mean, we've certainly gone after shirtless, and ripped muscles and all that, but just seemed too.
Didn't work out.
Seemed too forced.
Totally.
So we're back where we started, I guess.
Well, for this next song, if you feel free to adopt the RHCP look, shirtless, fire behind you, go ahead. We
All
won't
right.
stop
Well,
you.
that's a flea thing. So Justin, if you just want to tear your shirt off at some point and get like a really wide stance, that would be.
Yeah.
Right. There it is.
You got to do the head roll thing he always
Right.
does, yeah.
If the inseam of your pants doesn't rip, you're not going hard enough. That's just how I live. Are we doing Love You in the Dark? Is that a consensus?
Let's do it.
Ready?
You're watching Audiotree Live. We are here in the studio with Maritime. The new album, of course, is called Sorry, I can't talk at all. Magnetic Bodies, Maps of Bones. The last one is called Human Hearts. You have a song called Black Bones. Do you think like anatomy is sort of a theme with the lyrics you write at all?
Well, yes, I think you've just pointed it out. But,
Or is this something you thought of, though? You know?
no,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's like the longer, I mean, I guess with lyrics, the longer I guess I do this, the more songs that I've written, like the more I feel like I stay out of the way, which is maybe, I don't know, a letdown or like, I don't know. But I feel like the older I get, the less smart I feel, I think. You know what I mean? I just feel like like the more I kind of wash away some of the self-importance of it, I guess, and really try and I guess take away those parts of it. So I'm hoping it's less and less specific to me. So wrapping up to actually answer your question, going back to that. So I don't like let myself think about that stuff, and so when there are themes, it's totally unconscious.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Totally.
So that short answer, there it is, right there. At the end of that long diatribe was the answer to the question.
No, I think it's a great answer. I mean, I totally muddied up the album title just now too. So
yeah.
we're both feeling
We're
fools.
human.
I muddied up the last song, so it's quite all
Right.
right.
I thought when I stopped hearing you for a second, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna tear off his shirt.
I don't.
So I thought
about it.
I looked up. I was like, here's his move. He's making it. So
Sorry, I know I've brought up like Red Hot Chili Peppers 3 times, which is really
No.
strange to do in an interview with Maritime. I just had to write this big feature on them, but I rewatched the video for Under the Bridge, and Flea, even when he's playing like a really slow, kind of easy bass line, he's always like rotating his head like it's gonna happen, like he's gonna turn into a werewolf all of a sudden. But it never happens. Like in the video, he just keeps kind of doing that, and it never explodes because the song never really explodes. Have you ever done any kind of like crazy ass bass moves like that on stage?
Nope.
Never been a showy player.
Not for lack of want either.
Justin's the chill one.
Yeah.
our songs just never explode, I guess.
Right.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for 10 years to do it.
Right.
you just gotta write the right song.
Just write one that explodes. Man, I'm just standing here.
Just want to have a
dying.
flaming helmet for one song.
That Adele cover you guys did for AV Undercover, I felt like that could have been a moment where that maybe could have happened. You had like the 2 drummers going on, and
It's true. That was Promise Ring. That was the.
was that Promise Ring
Yeah,
technically? Were you playing on that?
I was
too,
gonna
or
say
no?
I wasn't
not.
there.
Oh man.
They do things
Dude,
without
you
me
guys
once
should
in a
have
while.
totally been there. I mean,
I watched
Right.
it.
Dan got to rip his shirt off, yeah. Yeah. Well, and speaking of Promise Ring, you guys are playing the Wrecking Ball Festival coming up with both bands, Maritime and Promise Ring. Do you feel like you have to get into a different headspace for working with both bands? I mean, I know like they're kind of half the same band in a way, but is there anything different, I guess, as far as the playing itself goes when you guys play live? Do you have to get yourself in a different mood or anything like that?
I don't think so.
yeah,
I mean, probably lyrically, you'd have to get into a different zone, but I'd still play the same.
Yeah, I think there might be like Dan, maybe you'll agree. I think there might be like a physical fitness element to like faster singing. Like
A little bit higher pitch too, I think. Do you think?
Yeah.
For those Promise Ring songs.
Yeah, definitely. There's some Maritime songs that I can't sing anymore. Like, but just from the like, and that's part of youth too. Like not thinking ahead. Like probably can't do this live.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
You're not
so-
gonna do. Yeah, it's coming from that raw place.
Yeah, choices a little bit, but yeah, I think it's more of like a. Oh God, I hope I can actually physically do this than like an emotional space.
Well, yeah, and there. I mean, yeah.
There's very little connection. It's like going. I mean, not to diminish the other band, but it's like to connect to yourself from 20 years ago is, pretty impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it'd be really weird if you could do that. Like,
Be a cool
just like-
superpower or something.
yeah.
You just transform into David
Right.
Von Boll.
I'm going to
22.
devolve really
Yeah.
quickly.
And then evolve just a few
and
minutes later.
Right, that would be the superpower, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, otherwise, I think it's just called drinking to quickly devolve into it.
Which you can do on stage.
Right.
You
You're
know,
super
a lot.
immature all of a sudden. Like, oh yeah, that's my superpower.
I've never tried it.
Yeah, you've never tried it? Drinking on stage?
Never tried drinking.
Next, you should do it.
Right.
It's,
Water.
yeah.
I've never tried drinking water on stage.
Awesome. Let's hear the next song, shall we?
Oh yeah, let's. Roaming Empire.
Roaming Empire.
I'm not involved here in the beginning, so whenever.
It's Wednesday morning in St. Paul. It's still Tuesday night, I didn't sleep at all. The Sparrow and the city wanna call out the changes. And the river carries on under the highway over early morning sound. Shadows hand in hand until lonesome gods are almost gone. We are the roaming empire. I'm feeling as I can. I told the truth a lot more when I began. Well, I knew a lot more then I do now, but if we're just these hearts and bones, I cannot leave yours well alone. When we have nothing left, there's nothing less between us. We are the roaming empire. We are the roaming empire. We are the roaming empire.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're here in the studio with Maritime. Last time I saw you guys perform live was at Lincoln Hall. You were opening for American football. And Mike Kinsella came on stage and was like, "Oh, Maritime is great, aren't they? They almost write like Taylor Swift songs." And he meant it like sincerely as a compliment, and I think it's a compliment as well. Do you guys
No,
consider...
first of all, no, he didn't.
You don't think so?
Because I was busting on Taylor Swift before they went on, and so then he went and slapped me in the face by saying we sounded like her.
See, I thought he meant it as like a genuine compliment, like you guys
No,
write good pop songs.
He's clever that way.
He's good at delivery.
Yeah, it makes it sound like a compliment, but it's like a right in the gut.
Oh, man.
In the back, in the shadows.
Did you guys have words about it afterwards or anything? Or? Yeah,
No, it's fine.
You're like, no.
It's like he had the last word, so it's like sometimes you just gotta
deal with it, yeah.
take it.
Are you not a Taylor Swift fan then, or
Just not a Mike and Saul fan.
anything he says we hate?
By
Yeah.
the transitive property, we
fans
just
of
don't like
both.
Mike.
Yeah. But I mean, would you consider yourself, I guess, a student of what makes a good pop song? Is that something you keep in mind when you write, like just to really make it as catchy as possible?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, well, yeah, I don't know what you'd be doing if you're not trying to make the best song possible. You know, and it's songs, so you want them to be listenable. I guess. I mean, I guess we're in the space where listenable is better. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. And when you say you were ragging on Taylor Swift beforehand, were you ragging on like a song of hers specifically, or is it an image thing, or? Yeah,
I think for me, I think I'm the one who's really the one who was doing it. So I'll wear this one.
We'll check in with everyone else too.
Well, the new album is really good.
Yeah, 1989 or
right.
Yeah.
I think everyone can agree on that. But like she's so, and this is kind of goes back to the lyric question. She's so self-referential that every one of her songs is about what everyone says about her in like public. You know, it's like this weird, like she's so like compressed into her own black hole.
Yeah.
That it's so uninteresting to be a part of.
No, I would agree with that. I mean,
that's my big issue. I don't know.
Yeah.
If, you know.
Well, no, because
I'll speak to her about it when we
when you guys open for her. Well, I mean, I like her music a lot. I do, but especially on that last tour, there was this big emphasis on, you know, I'm bringing all these guest stars up and these friends, and it's about empowerment. But then that felt a little inauthentic in a way that I didn't personally think was healthy. Like I think self-esteem is good, and encouraging people to like themselves is good. But I'm not saying in her head she thought it was inauthentic, but it started to feel that way. It did feel a little like manufactured, you know.
Yeah, I didn't get that far. I went from like busting on her lyrics to watching or listening to the Ryan Adams version of her record.
I love that.
So I skipped everything in between.
Yeah, how do you like the Ryan Adams version of the record?
I really like it. I mean, because these songs are really good. I just prefer I
Someone
prefer the
else to do
irony mixed in with him, you know, for him singing it. So like it gets me like less irritated by the
hoopla surrounding it.
Like I'm cycling 3 boyfriends like crazy because that's what's said on entertainment television. You know what I mean? Like that's like such a space that I find uninteresting. That her talking about it's boring, but him like singing her talking about it, like the irony is actually humorous to me. So
no, definitely. What were you saying, Dan? Or it sounded like you wanted to weigh in.
No.
You're like
I totally agree.
Yeah.
But I have 2 girls, and so Taylor Swift, especially that album was
huge,
big in the house.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I got the special edition.
So I really like it. But yeah, it's completely true. Like if you appreciate her on face value, it's fine.
Totally. What about the rest of the band? You guys are staying quiet over there. You have no dog in that fight.
No, I don't listen to the Taylor Swift record. Or
wait till she
Ryan
brings
Adams
the
record.
edge on stage, then he's going to be all about it.
Are you a big U2 fan?
No, I'm not anymore.
You're doing what
They
Kinsella
talked me
did
out
to
of
you.
it about 10 years ago. So.
Yeah, I'm just a total downer. I don't know. There's really no other way.
You're like, I don't like anything.
Right,
Maybe if-
seriously.
yeah,
I can
90s
talk you out of
Maybe
any
if 90s
positive feelings you
Radiohead
have.
would do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be into it.
Yeah.
But we don't want to get into the modern Radiohead discussion.
And what about you, Justin? Do you have anything to say about Taylor Swift before the next song?
Not really. No, they
Okay.
covered.
I think
Just
we got
flee.
pretty much the
You got it.
entire spectrum of Taylor Swift.
Totally. I think it's
somewhere in that
It's
spectrum.
been a good, productive conversation, I think. Yeah. And
Well, you know, I feel like I'm glad that we had this conversation because I really felt like Mike gave me the hammer down right there, you know, on stage.
I thought he was
Oh.
being serious. I really
Right.
thought he meant it as a compliment. So
No, I know, and that's
Yeah.
what makes it even meaner and funnier.
I'm
is
glad
that
the
he
air is
totally got
clear.
me with it, and now that we've, you know,
if he's watching, then now you have the last word. So there you go.
it's true until he speaks again.
He'll come out for his revenge
Right, yeah.
tonight.
It's all going to be via Taylor Swift talk.
Yeah, that's all you guys
all
talk
of our
about.
personal attacks.
Maybe she'll write in her next record about it.
Yeah.
Right, she's gonna write songs about what Mike and I are saying about each other, about her.
And it'll just be
It's gonna
called
get-
whatever your guys' birth years are. That's going to be the
Right.
title of her next record. Yeah. Well, hey, we've said
I'm
all
glad
this.
we
to say.
skipped right over what our actual birth years are.
1942.
42, 44.
Right. 1962.
Nice.
Awkward.
Yeah. No, it's not awkward.
Yeah, there'll
Own
be
it.
like an awkward silence in parentheses.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do little video effects.
Right.
Let's hear this next song, shall we?
Yeah. Collarbones, yeah? Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. I just want to make sure we're on the same blank page. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Super self.
Topical.
Yeah. Woo.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're here in the studio with Maritime. Collarbones, another anatomy-related song, too.
Busted, yeah.
I know. I hope I don't make you just think of that every
Right
time.
now, I'm
yeah.
like so inside my own head, I can't even function.
Yeah. He's not,
rough.
I'll never be able to write another song.
Right.
Ever
without
again.
first-
Do you consider yourself a pretty prolific songwriter when you're not on album cycles? Like, are you someone who just has vaults full of unused songs or anything like that?
Not at all.
Yeah, everything has been on there.
Right. No, it's just the band's just taken on like a different space in our lives. So, and it's a smaller space because there's more things fitting in, families and such. So yeah, I mean everything's I guess a little bit less volume wise.
Yeah, there's not going to be like stacks and stacks of sheet music or anything.
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
Mostly I trip over the guitar when I'm taking the dog out in the morning, but it doesn't often get picked up. So
Yeah. No, gotcha.
Yeah, just less and less. But I think it sort of changes the way you interact with it. So in that way, it's kind of cool just to like have a different angle all the time.
Yeah, have as this nice thing you can go back to. What kind of dog do you have?
Two, I have a very old pug and a very young.
It's like a mix kind of.
She's
thing.
a rescue. Yeah, it looks like a fox. kinda.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, we just got a rescue dog last week. So
nice.
dogs are on my mind. Hardcore. Are you guys all dog owners?
I do have a dog.
Yeah. What kind is it?
It's a shepherd coonhound mix.
Oh, very cool. What about
She's
you,
old.
Dan?
No pets.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to cats. My wife's allergic to dogs.
Not allergic to kids though, which is good.
Not allergic to kids.
Yeah, that would be
So,
that would be horrible.
yeah. So no, that's off the table.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you'd be allergic to human beings in general if you're allergic to kids, which
Sure.
that might be a thing. I think being allergic to human beings.
I think
More of a
that's one
psychosis. than-
Yeah.
Preferential
Diagnosed.
allergy, I think.
Yeah. Preferential allergy.
I just
yeah.
can't be around people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about you, Dan? Are you a pet owner?
Nothing.
Nothing? Yeah, nothing. Yeah. No strings. No strings on you.
Yeah, nothing holds me down.
I'm a rebel on the highway, and
That's right.
the road is my home. And
Other people have dogs. I'm in a band.
yeah, exactly. Have you any of you brought your pets like on tour with you before, or had to, or anything like that?
No.
I think one time I had a dog on the bus for like 48 hours.
Yeah. Was it pretty horrible? Just like, I don't know, did it make things hard?
No, there was like the only thing I really remember is I don't think everyone was a huge fan of it, and I remember that there was one accident that I had to hide.
Wait, hide like you're shoving?
No, like I had.
you know.
I mean, there was a mess on the floor that I had to get rid of without anyone seeing. So there's some hijinks involved, but
Yeah. Using someone's like, I don't know, putting it in a road case or something like that.
right, yeah, just throw it in someone's suitcase. Not a big deal.
yeah,
We're way past that.
exactly.
No, just no one can find out about this.
Yeah, we won't say
he'll
who
be
it was.
expelled. It was,
Yeah.
at the time it seemed like a big deal.
Now it's not. Everyone's moved on. They're still making
Right.
music and all that stuff. Yeah, we won't say who it was on camera. And throw it
Right,
under
whose
the bus.
suitcase is?
Yeah, exactly. It probably still stinks and all that.
Right.
Let's do that last song, shall we?
Yeah. I'm all set.
I'm all set too.
Great.
Roger.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We've been in the studio with Maritime. Thanks again, guys, for being here. That was great.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Dan.
The new album is Magnetic Bodies, Maps of Bones. I said it right that time. And if you are in the Chicagoland area, you can catch them at Subterranean tonight at 8:30 p.m. From all of us here in the studio, thank you for watching. Thanks to sound for making us sound good. Thanks to lights and camera for making us look good. And I'll just say it again. Once again, thank you for watching, as always. If you want to reach out, feel free to do so on social media. You can also support the band by downloading the session and picking up their new album. And until next time, take care. Have a great weekend.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Awesome job, guys.